Chase the money, chase the money.
You want to go chase a bag instead of chase the game.
Mm-hmm.
Chase the game. The game got the bag. Don't chase the bag. The bag ain't got the game.
Mm-hmm.
Chase the game.
Yo, welcome back to another episode of CTG, where we're kicking off. We got a lot of stuff to talk about with the Winter Olympics, college basketball, obviously NFL. There's always NFL news, so we always got to cover that. So let's get some introduction. We got Danny V. We got Danny. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I can address it. Do you want me to address it?
Okay, well, yes, let's address it because he hit me with this right before the show, and I'm like, I came up with the name Danny D, and I thought it just rolled well, and he'd be like, Danny D, because he's Italian, all that stuff, but this man hit me with go ahead with the story, Danny.
Well, I'm not going to get into it, but my name is not Danny D anymore. It's just Daniel now. I'm just Daniel, everyone.
Daniel.
Anyways, yeah, just my name. Not going to get into why.
Dan, we'll come up with some new nickname, but there was some other meetings that we didn't want to get involved with, so we won't go there. But let's go straight into the other. He's got a sweet Giants jersey on. You got obviously the Giants jersey, Giants guy over here. But then we got Lehigh legend Nigel Somerville. He's got a sweet Cam Newton jersey on. Represent, baby, because I got Luke Kuechly. We'll get into it, but first, let's shout out to the sponsors. DUBBY. DUBBY's a great energy source, dude. This freaking rainbow sherbet stuff, great. It's so contains caffeine bean extract. So like the caffeine is like from bean or coffee beans and stuff. It's like only 100 milligrams of caffeine, but it's got all like the L-taurisine, L-glutamine, L-citrulline. I don't know all that stuff. It's all good. It's all good. Good ingredients and stuff like that. I know some stuff is like focus, blood flow, but it's good pre-workout drink. It has got vitamin B12, vitamin B6, all that good stuff. Vitamin C, good stuff. Get some energy. That's what I'm drinking right now. But and then also shout out Altura, a little social cocktail, non-alcoholics. I know dry January is over, but if you're still trying to drink and get a little feeling good, Altura is a good little drink to settle with, a little feeling good mushrooms and some little, special substance with CBD stuff and maybe a little extra. But we'll get into it, Daniel, into the updates. I didn't like it. I want something that rolls off the tongue. But we'll get into that early or later on. Not earlier, later. But there's so much news going on. We need to get off to it. So what are we looking at, Daniel?
Thank you, CTG, and this segment is brought to you by DUBBY. Cleveland Browns safety Ronnie Hickman was violently attacked at a hospital in New York City. However, he was briefly hospitalized with minor injuries. He's okay. Mike Rutenberg to Cleveland. Yeah, he's okay. Mike Rutenberg to Cleveland as their new defensive coordinator. So a lot of Cleveland news this week. In other news, a lot of free agency going on right now. We have the Steelers targeting Chicago safety Jaquan Brisker, with speculation he could be a major free agent target. Jaquan Brisker, hey, he did pretty well this year. Hey, Tyreek Hill released from the Dolphins. Hey, big news. I mean, we kind of saw it coming.
Yeah,
that's a big one we're going to be talking about.
Potential landing spots. Think about the Chiefs. Think about maybe the Bills.
Ravens,
teams like this. You said where?
Ravens are here too. Ooh.
Yeah, there's a lot of places right now that Tyreek could land. However, he's a little old. Anyways, that's a story for another time.
Oh, hey, 32 not old.
Patriots signed Brandon Crossley. No one really knows who that is, but anyways, Patriots signed him. In other words, Winter Olympics are happening. Very exciting time.
Yes, sir.
We have the top 5 in all the gold standings. So I'm only going to list the country's golds, not their silver or their bronze.
Nah, who cares about second and third place?
Yeah, at number 1, we have Norway at 12 gold medals.
Crazy.
Good job, Norway. You guys are killing it. Kind of makes sense because you're a snowy, you
year round, right?
Snow.
Is it
Yeah.
year round up there?
It's all, yep. Snow's never not on the ground up there.
I would
Always.
expect you to be at 12 gold medals. You guys
Yep.
snow year round.
You heard
We
it
got
from
Italy.
Daniel.
This one's kind of surprised me. Italy at number 2 with 8 gold medals.
I mean, they're home turf. Maybe
They're
that's
home turf. They're
you know?
hosting. They're
Yeah,
probably
that's
sending the
true.
best of their best.
Yeah, home field advantage. Great point. Great point.
We got, obviously, shout out the U.S. at number 3, 6 gold
USA,
medals.
baby. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
We
Actually, had
got
Olympics this
Japan
time, so.
at number 4 with 4 gold medals, and then Germany with also number 5 with 4 gold medals. So I guess they're tied for 4th. But yeah, Norway, way to go! United States in
Way to
3rd,
go.
and that brings the end of our news. Thank you, Chase. I wish you guys the best
Good
of
dude.
luck. I'll see you guys next week.
Yes,
All
sir,
right,
boss.
Danny D. Peace out. Leaves it
Yes,
down
sir.
to just 2 of us. We're rocking and rolling, baby.
Here we go,
The
CEO.
real
Here we
deal.
go. Here we go. Here we
Lean
go.
and
Here we go.
steel. But he didn't mention that Bradley Chubb also got released from the Dolphins, which is insane. Let's before we get into the whole Olympics and stuff like that, let's talk about that. Let's talk about what we think about, Tyreek Hill leaving. He's at 32 years old. That's crazy, bro. I'm 28. Like, come on now.
But you're also not a 32-year-old who broke their leg on national TV about 8 months.
So yeah, he dislocated his knee and
his
tore his
back.
ACL.
Yes.
I thought he tore his ACL. So I've tore my ACL twice. What up, AM? Just in time.
What up?
Let's go.
We lost
What a
Daniel.
guy, what a guy.
We lost Daniel, Danny D. We lost
Danny
him
D.
for, but we lost him to he had to cook for his brother. But
No worries.
we were just talking about Tyreek Hill,
Dude,
and him getting released because that's huge news. And
did you go over predictions?
what are you saying?
Did you go over predictions, like where you guys think he's going to go?
Not yet. We were literally just about to go into it, so it was
Dang.
perfect timing. And
Okay,
I was
perfect.
looking at some. I know the hot topic, obviously, but so I wanted to kind of look at this. So we were just talking about his injury. I tore my ACL twice on my right and then once on my left. And for the first 2 injuries, I'll be straight up. The second time I tore it, I definitely noticed a little different. I became more of a defensive player rather than a offensive player. So I was a side to side, sidelines to sidelines kind of player before the injury. After the injury, I was more downhill. So I was running the ball downhill. Before I was juking people out. I was trying to cut. I was also trucking people, but I was running first. I wasn't really doing much cutting after the injury. And so I will say that second one really did do me in, especially the fact that it was right after. It was I got cleared Tuesday for the first one. And then Thursday I re-injured it.
Was it the
So
same?
it was back to back.
Same
knee.
Same knee. Wow.
Yeah. It was tough.
Yeah,
So,
it was tough.
but back to what really matters, the NBA or NFL. He got released, and apparently it's saving the Dolphins $22.8 million against his salary cap. So who's going to pick up that money? And honestly, the hot topic is the Kansas City Chiefs. That's what I've seen a ton of list of teams. A lot of them have been different, but every single one has been consistently having the Chiefs on them. Now, let's talk about the odds. I mean, I know Nigel kind of we were going to get into who we thought was going to pick him up and where we could see him going. So, I mean, you want to talk about kind of the odds of what team he's most likely to end up at?
Yeah, I think the biggest odds are in, Chiefs. I don't know the crazy in and outs odds. But my prediction, I had a couple teams talking it through with a couple people before. I could honestly see him going to the Bills, which is kind of a mid take. These are my top 3 teams. I'll say this. These are my top 3 teams I could see him going to, man. Chiefs is definitely one of them. Pat Mahomes, been there before. I think he can run it back. Second team I can see him going to is the Bills. The third team I can see him going to, and honestly, I feel like this would be his best option. And it would do justice for the team. I feel like it would turn it around like crazy. Third team I think he should go to, this is one of the team that I personally think he should do, is the Baltimore Ravens. I think that would be tough.
Yeah.
Tyreek, Henry, dude, there's no way they're not making it. there's no way they're not at least getting to, the Super Bowl at least.
Yeah,
with that
that would
type
be a
of team,
deep
man.
threat.
That would be a deep
That would change a lot of
team,
things.
and it would change a lot of things, man. Because then they have Lamar and Derrick Henry running. Then they actually finally got a wide receiver one that they're looking for, and when it comes down to Tyreek, he's going to be looking to go to a team where he's number one as a wide receiver target. And there's not really many teams. I mean, there are, but there's not. Like, there's not many teams where he could go there and be the number one. But I think a place like, maybe the Bills and definitely the Ravens, they might have to kick like Zay Flowers, put him to number 2 or something like that. But I think he could be a 1 over there in the Bills. I just don't know if he'll be number 1 in Kansas City. I mean, maybe, but I don't know. No way, right?
Rasheed
Rice is number 1.
I think he's got that.
I think to your point, I don't even think his ceiling. I don't even think his role on a team is gonna. You can't ask a guy coming off a dislocated knee and a torn ACL to be your number 1 wide receiver at 39 years old when their base, not their base, trait, but what they've known for is the cheetah's fast. Like a cheetah's not strong. Like a cheetah's known for being fast. Right? So if that thing can't be fast and you're relying on those ligaments that you need to be fast, I don't think teams should. I don't think they're looking at him to be number 1. That's why I think a team like Kansas City would be the best thing. I think if he goes to a team like Buffalo, I think they still need more for him to be like effective because they're still going to need him to be a number 1 if he goes to Buffalo. I think a team like Kansas City is perfect with him. I mean, he's familiar with the system. I'm sure the learning curve isn't going to be too bad, especially with what's his name, Eric Bieniemy coming back to be the offensive coordinator. So that's just even more familiarity for him there. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is coming off an injury. They kind of have the same kind of mindset, I think, going into this season with the whole, like, coming off an injury, people have kind of forgotten about what we've done. I think if those dudes kind of reunite, I think that's the best case scenario. And he doesn't have to be a number 1 receiver with, Hollywood Brown there, Rasheed Rice, and Xavier Worthy.
Do you think his ego will get in the way, though? Because this Tyreek Hill, at the end of the day, like, I feel like he's going to be one of those people where deep down, he should definitely not be wide receiver 1, but his ego, man, is like one of those things. Like, it's the same thing with like a James Harden, Kevin Durant. Like, yeah, they're top guys, but to think that they're going to go to a team and then be the main scorer, the number 1, the leader, is kind of delusional at this point, just because, like you said, with age, with injury, with experience, all that stuff, and you really haven't made that dent into the league. But I feel like Tyreek Hill has that, and I could be wrong, but I feel like he's one of those guys that have that crazy ego where he's like, I'm going to a team if I'm wide receiver 1 no matter what. Even though deep down it's like, I don't know, you should be number 1.
To your point, so. I totally agree with you, but I think that the reason why he left Kansas City in the first place was to get his bag for those 4 years. He got paid for 4 years, made a bunch of money, still had 2 1,000-yard receiving seasons, but now he can kind of go back to the Chiefs and actually win something. That's just what I think. I mean, to your point,
I can see that. That's a good point. The other team, sorry to cut you off, Chase. Last team I want to throw in there, and then Chase, I want to hear your take, is like the other team I was thinking of, and again, he's talking with a couple people. I could see him going to the Chargers. The only reason that could stop the Chargers is I don't know his relationship with Mike, because then he's going back to his old coach. But was his beef with the coach or was it with Tua? If it was with Tua and not the coach, maybe he goes back with Mike, and then he has a arm and a freaking QB like Hurd. So that's another area. And then on top of it too, the only reason why I threw a Buffalo just because I think Josh Allen would be a great addition to him, and I think it would help him out. But Tyreek, one thing about Tyreek, man, he cannot play in the cold. And Buffalo is one of those teams that it's going to be at least 70% of the season in the cold. And he just doesn't perform well. So I could see him going to the West Coast, get that good sun, good area, and having a QB like Herbert might help him as well. I think that'd be good. But again, I don't know his relationship with the coach because, I mean, he could literally go back to the coach.
Yeah.
So that's another take or angle that I thought from there. But Chase, I'd love to hear your take on this too.
Yeah, so he's at the end of the day, I think that they never really publicly had an issue. Nobody really knows if they did have an issue. Now, there was more rumors of him having issues with Tua.
Yeah, we all can see Tua. We could see that, like, on the field, like, mid-game. We could all see
when things were going right, Mike was feeding to Tyreek the ball over Jaden Waddles. Like, and, I mean, obviously, they were running the ball and stuff like that, but they were making the shit happen for Tyreek. And then when it comes down to playing in the cold, Kansas City's cold. Kansas City's not as cold as Buffalo. I'm not going to say that,
cold
but
Buffalo, yeah. Same thing with Baltimore too. Like, it's cold, but it's not as cold as Buffalo.
It's,
for sure.
Yeah, Baltimore is, like, I would say not that cold, but I would say Kansas City's colder than Baltimore, if anything. Like, it is cold there. Now when I remember him talking about all the things he was leaving, one place is he was saying that, like, a lot of teams were liked him, wanted him when he was leaving Kansas City, and he had the option to go to Miami because of the location and the money, right? If we're talking about location, we're talking about money, and then he's going to go back with a coach that he's already played with, that he knows the offense, that he knows that dude's going to make his numbers jump up. I think he goes to LA with the Chargers. That's where I was going to say he's going to Chargers.
I didn't mean to take your shot.
No, it's all good. Yeah, you're good. But it's funny you say that because, like, I was sitting here thinking, like, I was looking at this one list. It says Chiefs, Steelers, which I don't think he goes to Steelers, Chargers, Packers, and Raiders. There's a couple with Raiders. I don't think he goes to Raiders. I'd be very surprised. Part of me thinks, like, maybe he goes there because Tom Brady, and then the possibility of picking up, what's his name, from Fernando Mendoza from Indiana. But I just don't think him. I think he would go where he wants a gunslinger who's going to sling the ball to him, because he's just going to run straight. He doesn't want to do exactly.
I think the Chargers don't need a receiver though. They got Lad McConkey, Quentin Johnson.
They got Lad, but
they got some good receivers.
They got possession receivers. They don't have really much of a deep threat. And
Johnson can fly. He just
he can.
Now he's catching balls now though. Like he's
a tall guy, and he's a big guy. So then we got a little guy that runs fast, a big guy, and then we got a possession. That's a all around good wide receiver core.
I think Lad might start to really step up, but plus I think him and Herbert have a really good connection. I don't hate that take though. It's just hard for me to imagine him going back with Mike McDaniel after kind of how Miami ended. Not saying that they had a bad relationship. It's almost like I feel like once you break up with somebody, like you don't want to like stay in a house or like still like live with the person just in a different house. Like you kind of just want to like move on, do your own thing.
So you don't think he would go back to the Chiefs though, too? Then
I think he would do that because that ended in just a whole like y'all won't pay me my money and hey, like it's nothing personal, but I just want to bag with no state income tax, and I think the Chiefs.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think he was still cheering them on from the sidelines when they went on without him. So I think like it's just like I think it's just a matter of like guys are starting to realize that like championships are really what separate the great ones from the good ones, and like I think people want to be talked about. Like, I think nowadays people want to be remembered. The only way that you get remembered is by winning. Tyreek Hill really hasn't been like he hasn't really like the Dolphins have been decent.
He needs to win that. You're right.
Yeah,
he does.
Yeah, he needs to win.
I think
even Odell got one.
Yeah, I mean,
crazy how he got one
in LA.
And LA. It's crazy how he got one, but he did get one. You know what I mean? So
he did get one.
Yeah, so I think Tyreek is getting to that point where he's the same man. He's got to get one.
I'm very curious to see what happens for sure. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
I'm with you though, Chase. I can see him definitely going to the Chargers. I definitely can't see him on the Rams. He wouldn't get the ball, dude. He wouldn't. Yeah, he wouldn't.
The Rams don't need.
They don't need
a receiver.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not even close. But the Charger, I can definitely see. I think it would be a game changer, and I think it would be a really good addition for Justin. I feel like it would be because Justin, really, like the first half of the season, he was in talks for a little bit, not like crazy talks, but like he was in talks with like top 7, top 8 QBs in the league for the first part of the season. Then he died down after he went up against Jackson Dart somehow. But anyways, I think if he just gets one more guy, I can see the Tyreek kind of standpoint. He might be dangerous, man. It might be an interesting season. I'll say that.
I like it. I would like it. I would like to see him there.
I honestly think with the Chargers, especially coming off the year that they had with their rookie running back from UNC. Do y'all recall his name by any chance? Thinking of his name. I think he steps up big this year. I think Marion Hampton. I think Harbaugh loves to run the football.
Yeah, Hampton. Yeah, he's
Mike
a dog.
McDaniel. He's a Sean McVay guy. I love to run the ball. I think they might not even try and bother with Tyreek Hill because they might just increase his workload 70, 60 carries. I think that's what a back he is, and they're already bringing in somebody who likes to run a lot of Think about how great running backs were with Mike McDaniel's play calling. Like Raheem Mostert led the league in touchdowns for a year. Devon Achane's a dog. I think this is a big year for him. Let alone bringing somebody like Tyreek Hill. I think this dude right here has all the tools to be a dog, and they might get Najee Harris back too. So it's going to be interesting, I think.
Yeah, I like that if he ends up there, but we'll see. No for sure things. Yeah, so I mean that's very interesting. That definitely is a big topic in the NFL world. Now, I wanted to talk to you guys about kind of the odds and what's going on with the Winter Olympics. I know I was watching a little bit of the curling. I was watching a little bit of hockey, a little bit of the, what was it called, Nigel, that we were just watching?
Skiing, bio something.
Where they do the cross-country skiing with the guns. That crap is insane, dude. That is insane. They're going pretty quick. And it's they lay down and do like a couple shots. I think it's like 5. I think I saw what was it? Who just won? I don't even know who just won. I was watching it. But
skating, hockey.
No, but yeah, the hockey, there's some big news for America. So United States women hockey team is competing for gold against Canada. And there's a girl on there, first ever Black woman to play on the United States American hockey team. Her family, she's from where Travis Kelce and Jason Kelce are from, in Cleveland Heights, Ohio. And they ended up paying for like her whole family to like fly out and watch her in Italy to compete, which is so cool. And so they're competing for gold against Canada. I have no idea how good Canada is, but I was watching the girls against Sweden, and they spanked them. It was like 5-0 or something. Like they whooped hockey, maybe 5-1. Dude, they were filthy. And then
USA men's and women's, like USA men and women are pretty similar for Canada and USA. I think they'll probably both sides will probably be pretty similar to the finals and stuff.
So we'll go for the predictions and odds. I want to get into that for the women's against Canada. United States women versus Canada's women for the gold medal. But then for the quarterfinals for the men's hockey, United States is playing Sweden again, which is kind of funny. And then Canada is playing the Czech Republic. I'm kind of curious to see what happens. I want to kind of focus more on the United States versus Sweden men's hockey game. I don't know if you could pull up the odds on that, Alan, like, kind of put you on the spot there. But the game is tomorrow at 3 p.m., 3:10. It's United States versus Sweden. I kind of want to look at the odds on that so we can predict who wins. I mean, I obviously want to know who. We all want United States to win, not predict. I just want to talk about the odds and stuff like that. I don't really know. There's this one. His name's Brady. It's like a Russian last name, but I wish I had his name. I'll put a picture of him after the video or after this. But anyways, he was like freaking getting into it. He's like super physical and stuff, so it's kind of hyped to watch. He's will beat up on the guys and stuff, like get the ball rolling and stuff with that. I don't know. I just kind of relate to it a little bit, just because I was a physical lacrosse player. I don't really know much about hockey, but what were you saying, Alan?
No, I was saying there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
for sure.
What are the odds for the?
Sorry.
No, getting pulled away.
Yeah, sorry. keep going
It's
in and
all
out.
good, man.
The little one, but yeah, I don't know. I think my wife's class ends at like 7:50. It was at 6:15. Ends at 7:15, so she'll probably hopefully be back soon. But I got the little one chilling. She don't want to go sleep, so she's in the room here. But so she might have some ad libs, but she's cool.
That's okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So odds, man. Like, right now we got USA as the favorites, of course. Dude, there's no way they don't win, man. It's just gonna happen. Like, again, USA, Canada is most likely gonna go be the ones fighting for the finals and for the gold. And then we got Sweden as the underdogs, plus 188. Honestly, I when it comes down to looking at this, it's not on Pickett, so there's not like any odds or like there's not like showing up any where the public's on, what they're fading, what they're not. But just looking at, just honestly knowing a little bit of hockey, I'm not crazy into it, but just looking at the odds and things, USA is going to take it minus 230. Give me 1 second.
All good, bro. All good. You're good. You go ahead. Well, we obviously.
She's just making noise. She's making noise, dude. She just wants attention. She's like her dad. But but I would say honestly, I would recommend USA to go like money line minus 230 is a really good one. And then if you even want to do minus 1.5, then I think they can win by 2 or more. Like they've been winning like by 4 or 5 every game so far, and Sweden's not really much threat in my opinion. I do recommend that. And then keeping the game under that 6.5. I think the line total is under 6.5. 6.5 right now. I do like the under. It's minus 122. I think they can score probably around 4 or 5, and then Sweden maybe gets 1, which still stays under that 6.5. So that's my prediction on that game. If you want to,
do y'all know?
Play on that.
Do you know, like in terms of like with hockey guys in the NHL, are the better players in the NHL like from other countries in America? Or how does that work?
It's usually a mix between. Mostly it's like 50-50. I'll say 40-40 USA and Canada, maybe 45% Canada. And then like there's 5% that's other different countries. Yeah, it's like maybe German, some Sweden are probably out here too, but like, but it's like low, but it's mostly, I would honestly say it's probably mostly Canada and the US for sure.
I've always wondered that breakdown. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Canada's,
I was
like,
seeing something about that.
Canada is hockey, bro.
It's
Yeah, it's like what basketball or I should say what football is in America is what hockey is in Canada, bro. Like, you're not anyone if you're not playing hockey over there for sure.
It's funny you say that because I literally was watching somewhere some ESPN analyst show about them talking about that, and it was, what was I gonna say? It was talking about how like way back when before they didn't allow NHL players to play in the Olympics, it was just like amateurs basically,
like it was just
like
for
college and
too.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, it was the same in basketball at some point.
Yeah, it was interesting, but they let the NHL guys play because obviously it just made it more competitive. And apparently the issue was like a lot of those guys that played on the same team played for different like countries, but like I guess they let bygones be bygones and just put their differences aside and kept playing, or was able to play competitive, defending for the country, playing for the country, whatever. But then they, are able to be teammates again. But it's pretty cool. I was just watching Sweden play. I don't know who they played. They just smoked. But Sweden, apparently, they have the best defense in the tournament. Apparently, so we'll see. We'll see. We got some filthy offensive players though.
We got some for them.
But let's get into some basketball, some ACC. I know there's some basketball games that are coming up. I know I want to get some guests on the show to like harp on more specifics. I know not too many people know much about the Winter Olympics because of how like rare it is. All this information just kind of comes at you at once when they're having it. They're like, oh, this story about this guy grew up in the middle of nowhere or something, and now he's a famous skier that makes a bunch of money. And, it's just, it's those kind of stories. But the upcoming basketball games I wanted to kind of look at is obviously UNC versus NC State tomorrow today. That's happening right now. It's happening right now.
It's live right now.
It's
NC State's
live
up
right
at
now.
11, by the way. NC State's up
free.
22-11.
Dude. The spread for UNC was like -7.5 or +7.5 UNC.
Damn, I wish I bet on that.
Yeah, it's +7.5.
Tells you on some of them.
A lot of people were picking like +7.5 but it raised like I think the line started out like +5.5 and then
I will say
+7.5. But
college basketball doesn't really get interesting until the second half. So the game's
man, till March,
bro.
So got a couple more weeks, guys. We should start. I don't know about you guys, but I would love to go check out some tickets because they do play in the Spectrum Center.
My boy last year, he was one of the coaches on California, and he got us tickets to the ACC tournament game. So I know
I've been to a couple. I've been to a couple of them.
It was dope.
I think I've been in Charlotte for about 8 years, maybe 9 years now, and I think I've attended like 3 of them. So I would be able to join
the Spectrum Center this year.
Yeah.
I
think it's like the first round or two. It's not like it's gonna be like a little bit of no-name teams, but still it'd be good to catch a couple games. One of the years I went, it was like a really big underdog going against like a number 4 seed, and the underdog won, dude. It was insane.
You were at that game? That would have been sick.
That was insane that they won, bro. But dude, like the underdog team, I forget who it was, bro. It was like I can't remember who it was. I can't remember who the underdog team was, but like this team that was supposed to win was literally like 4th seed, 3rd seed or something, and they lost in the first round, bro. And like the underdog team, dude, they just wouldn't miss, man. Like they were hitting shot and playing defense too. Like that's the one thing about March Madness, man, is like, a lot of teams will underestimate, those lower tier teams. And the thing is like people don't understand is these lower tier teams have literally nothing to lose. So they're going to go out and just play their hardest. You know what I mean? And so, like, if you underestimate these kind of guys, dude, sometimes you'll get surprised, dude. And that's what happened. And it's crazy because, like, the team tried to bounce back at, like, the last 3 minutes. But it's like, at that point, it was too late, man. Like, so it was crazy to see. I saw it live. But I'd be down to, go if we all get tickets and stuff. I think it'd be a good experience for sure.
We should definitely do that.
And some plays live, dude. That'd be sick.
Oh, my gosh. Please. Any gaming event I go to, I'm trying to sweat it out every time.
Sweat it out live for sure.
Oh man, love to bet. It's so funny when I'm like talking about it. People are like, I don't like betting. I'm like, why? What's wrong with it? Like, what's so bad about it? And it's like I get the whole part where people get carried away with it, but it's like if you're not getting carried away with it, like what's so bad about it? You know what I'm saying?
Where's the harm?
It's just risk, man, and like people are afraid of risk these days, man. It's like comfort. People are afraid to get out their comfort zone. And so, every time, like a lot of people want to be safe, the risk scares them. And it's like a natural kind of, substance of like subconscious that we all partake. Some people, would like to push their comfort zone more than others, but majority of people, I would say, like to stay within that comfort zone. And risk tends to scare a lot of people. But here's the thing. If you ask anyone that's made it in life, every single one had to take risk. 9 times out of 10, they all had to take extreme amount of risk. And I'm sure while they were going through the processes, they've always been told that they were crazy to do it. They were crazy. And then when they actually do it, what are they then? Are they still crazy? So it just depends on how you want to look at it. But, I'm with you there, Chase.
Someone's calling for your name.
Sterling agrees as well. Nah, she's You know what it is? She's discovering her voice right now, so she literally like just yells and screams and says stuff. Like literally, she'll stop within 2 seconds. Like she's just discovering her voice. But
she's like, Pops is spitting the facts.
She's agreeing with me.
Yes,
she really is.
But to his point, I mean, like life is a risk, man. You risk not doing it. You risk doing it. It's like either way, it's just a choice. But I want to kind of go into predictions of like, I wanted to talk about, because we got some games coming up. We got the VT versus the U, and then Clemson versus Wake Forest and stuff. Let's do predictions on who wins conferences. Not March Madness yet, obviously. We'll get to that. But let's do predictions right now out of us 3, since, everyone else wants to be lame and not show up. No, I'm just playing. everyone has legitimate excuses except for Dan and AJ. But I want to do predictions on who's gonna win the ACC championship,
the whole thing.
Who's gonna win the Big Ten, and who wins the SEC.
You want to start SEC first?
Yeah, let's start SEC first. If you want to do that, let me see here.
Say, like, looking at the rankings now, like just teams, like obviously I want to pick Florida just because I think they are the best team in the SEC. But I do like Arkansas, especially with the his experience. But I still kind of have to just lean with Florida. Just they got some dollars. I think Arkansas is still probably like somewhere.
Arkansas. So, what would you like? I mean, you're thinking Florida?
Yeah, I'm
wins?
Florida. Florida wins the SEC.
Florida. Okay. All right. I mean, I like that. I mean, I don't see anybody else kind of coming in, kind of competing with them except for Kentucky. I mean, Kentucky is, I'm pretty sure right now, like 2 in the SEC. So I guess I'll just pick Kentucky for who's winning that.
Yeah.
Winning the SEC. I'll pick Kentucky. You pick Florida. Who you pick, AM?
Have you guys seen the Miami, Ohio Redhawks? They're undefeated.
Only team in D1. Yep.
Really?
They're on the MAC.
Undefeated right now, 25-0.
Some action, baby. We love some action. We love some action.
Someone to look at this year, unless they're like one of those teams that lose out in the first round to the underdog. But they keep momentum. Might be a team to watch for sure, I think.
Okay. All right. So let me see here. Sorry, I thought that was dogs were going. So who do you think is winning the SEC?
Dude, honestly, it's a toss-up for me. To be honest, it could be anyone, man. It could be anyone. I'm not a dude, I don't know. I don't know. It's tough for me, man.
Like, just if you had to pick someone.
Throw a dart?
Throw a dart.
I mean, I'll say, typically top 4 is, around Kentucky. Bama usually makes a stride out there. It could be a toss-up this year. They're not, crazy. I like South Carolina, but they're not as good this year.
Bama's good, too.
Bama's, pretty good. If I had to pick one, I'd probably say Kentucky, just because I can constantly see them in top 4 usually, or top 8, and sometimes they surprise a lot of people. So somewhere around there. She agrees too. So
yeah, sounds like it. All right, cool. Then we'll find out when is that conference championship play? When is
Should
that?
be in the next week or 2.
Couple weeks, right?
Yeah, getting soon.
All right,
getting soon.
Cool. Well, let's go over to the ACC. I'll go first, I guess. So I have this prediction. So obviously Duke is pretty high ranked, right? What are they, number
3 right now?
3. So normally how it goes through the years is Carolina and Duke kind of go back and forth on the winning, no matter what, how bad each team is or whatever. But I'm looking at the ACC, and I see obviously Louisville is taking a little bit of a stride, but I think what happens is somehow the Tar Heels play with their butts, their asses on fire.
Let's just be honest.
Yeah, I am. I'm Chapel Hill fan.
I got.
This big scenario.
I think they come in.
I got 2 words for you, Chase. Move on.
Here's the deal, though. Here's the deal. I think this is what's gonna happen. ACC championship, Tar Heels take it, but then they go into the
They're losing
I think
to State right now. State's not even ranked.
There's still a whole nother half. This is
They're
early.
struggling.
This is
now,
early.
They did beat Duke. Y'all had like some bragging rights there, but when the money's on the line, spotlight's shining. I don't know, dude. At least this year,
Coming
bro,
from a Duke fan too.
I mean, I'm just being real, but like the thing is like.
Oh sure, yeah, you are.
But it's just, dude. This year, you just gotta move on from this year, man. This year, just not one of those years.
No, I never can.
Man,
I learned.
I'm gonna go against both of y'all. I'm gonna take Virginia, man. That defense is nice.
Virginia?
Duke
Virginia does look good. Virginia does look good.
I'm gonna take Virginia.
Top four teams.
Cavaliers.
Top four teams. Virginia is definitely up there. Clemson's looking pretty good. I got to shout out Jack. And like you said, Louisville too has been stepping up like crazy. But you guys already know where I'm going. Duke all day, baby. Duke all day.
All right, okay.
Duke all day.
I like that.
I think they're playing great. They're playing great basketball
phenomenal this year. It was a fluke. It was a fluke what happened with the UNC game. Yeah, they just I think phone calls were made, refs were paid off.
Phone calls were made.
I didn't know that refs were gonna get paid 50 racks after the game. Who knows, dude? So just things like that, bro. I didn't know that. They just got paid out maybe 20 racks per player if they folded. So I didn't know that was gonna happen, but I don't think that's gonna happen in March Madness is all.
All right, okay.
I'll just talk shit.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I represent Chapel Hill, baby. So you got Nigel. You said you got the Cavaliers.
Virginia. I can't take UNC or Duke because obviously y'all take one or the other. So I gotta go. Give me the Cavaliers, baby.
All right,
Virginia's
cool.
a good pick.
I like that pick.
I like Virginia and Louisville.
Shout out DeAndre Hunter. Shout out DeAndre Hunter.
Yeah, he's a beast. All right,
they're gonna win the Patriot League. That's a wrap. They're gonna win the Patriot League.
Hey,
we're gonna beat Army and Navy. We win the Patriot
League. There's I forget. There's a tournament for the what even
every
what
conference.
League is it?
Every conference, the Patriot League for the Southeastern Conference, for every single
conference.
I
was saying for the they got their own little March Madness, right?
Nah, we're Division One. We go to when CJ McCollum.
Oh yeah,
beat Duke. Yeah, we're in March Madness.
That's right. Duh.
We're Division One.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. That's right. I don't know why I was thinking that. Okay.
Lehigh Legend.
Let's what's up?
Lehigh Legend, baby. Come on now.
Lehigh Legend.
Lehigh Legend.
They're gonna make a run. Let's go to the Big Ten, and I'll let Alan go take this one first. What who do you think's most likely?
Come back to me.
All right, okay. You got saved by the baby. Saved by the baby.
Saved by the baby.
What Nigel? Who are you thinking?
It's Michigan. Michigan's
Michigan.
They're the best team in the country by far. Yeah. I mean, I like Purdue just because of their experience. I don't trust Nebraska. I think Nebraska just kind of went in the corner in football and basketball. Really not just yeah. I'd say Michigan by far. I think is the best. Well, probably the best team in the country, honestly. So I give them the Big Ten conference.
I like it. Well, I mean, I was kind of looking back at. I just remember when Wisconsin had Frank the Tank.
Sam Decker.
Frank
Kaminsky when we drafted. Don't.
Yeah, dude. I remember watching them.
Oh, my God. He was washed.
Make a run, dude.
They're all washed now, dude.
Well, yeah. They were never really.
Did they even get, more than 4 years?
I think with Frank, yeah, dude. I remember watching him play for 2 years, and then he sat on the bench for one. Yeah, he played in Charlotte for 2 years. I remember the third year he got benched, maybe from injuries or something like that, or he was just benched. But then he was gone, and I never saw him again. And then that other 6'7" white dude that was a wing for them.
Sam
What's
Decker.
his name? Sam Decker.
Yeah, Sam
Decker.
Yeah.
Dude, he had high looks. He had high expectations. I should say going into the NBA,
he played like a stud in the March Madness tournament.
Yeah, bro, like a stud, and then got to the NBA and forgot how to shoot a ball.
Yeah.
Kaminsky or Sam Decker?
Decker, bro. Yeah.
No, Frank Kaminsky had higher expectations than Sam Dekker did.
No,
Frank
Well,
Kaminsky-
because he got picked up in the first round.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Frank did not. He didn't do too bad in his first year or two. And then I think
Because he was huge too.
Yeah, he's like
He was
7'2",
huge.
7'3", and
Like
could shoot. He was like one of the people that
that's right.
started out. In fact,
Shooting
that
the
was
three.
shooting the three as a big man. Like that's when that
Mhm.
whole phase of like shooting started. Like
Yeah.
you know where those freaking 6'10", 6'11" guys aren't playing in the post anymore. They're all shooting. And I think like that class, like maybe the class before is when it started to really ramp up of the big man shooters. Yeah, Frank was definitely one of those guys for sure. But when he got to Charlotte, man, we need a big man in the paint, not someone that's going to shoot threes at 7'3".
Al Jefferson.
7'2", 7'3", bro.
Yeah.
Like, get in the paint,
And he was
bro.
like,
Go
he
get
was
rebounds.
slow. He was slow and not really athletic. But I mean, I could see like it is crazy though, because I'm like, I see that I'm like, oh, he's a big guy. That's kind of the he's a big guy, so he can't really move very fast. But then you see those big guys that can move fast, and you're like, damn,
that
dude's a freaking
Look
stud.
at someone like a Wemby, bro, the tallest dude in the
Wemby,
league.
Wemby's insane, dude.
He's really an alien, bro. Like
He is
that's his nickname, bro, but he's really.
What's it called? Bro. What's it called? That game where you're like in the woods and it's like with the suit.
Slender Man,
dude. He's Slender Man.
He did do that for Halloween.
He gets there. Yeah, he gets there.
He's crazy.
But back to the Big Ten. I mean, I was that parlay we did before I cashed. I watched the Michigan State game, and Michigan State was up the whole game. Not whole game. It was back and forth. And then it got to the end where I could have cashed out for money or for profit, but I ended up riding, and Michigan came through. I don't think Illinois, Purdue, Wisconsin, obviously Michigan State, and like you said, Nebraska, I just don't think they beat Michigan for the Big Ten. So I can't go against you on that, even though I wanted to make it a little dicey, but I can't see anybody beating Michigan in the Big Ten. What about you, AM?
I'm with you guys, man. I just
Michigan.
looked at the odds. Yeah, man. I just looked at the odds. They're playing. I forget who they're playing tonight. Purdue.
They play Purdue.
They're playing Purdue right now. The score is 51-32, Michigan. And the odds, dude, the odds for Michigan game was minus 2,200 for them to win.
And Purdue's in Big Ten, right? They're like the second best team
in Big Ten, but like
overall,
they're like number 7th ranked.
Seven.
But still, they're top 10. Like you said, like bro, like they're not bad.
That's
They're
crazy.
getting waxed at home. Purdue's
at home,
and Michigan's waxing them almost like 20. I lose my name right now, so it's like, yeah, Michigan's gonna be a tough team to beat, man. I would place your bets now, get them in the top 8, Elite 8.
Yeah, I like
for
that.
Sure, bro. Like Michigan's gonna be in there. No, there's no doubt that they're not making at least Elite 8.
I had to deposit some more cash because been tailing so many bets from AM, but it's all good because we're gonna hit. There was a couple one away,
bro. Like
one away. I
can't tell you, bro. If I literally open up my stuff right now, like my last 5 plays are off by 1. Like,
yeah,
I know the next thing that's gonna be is gonna be the 1, bro, and it's gonna be this one's gonna be a life changing for sure. Because I know I'm so due that like I'm just gonna hammer the next play.
Yeah.
I swear, bro. It's like it's dumb.
Can't stop.
Like it's dummy do, bro. It's dummy do.
It's dummy do. And I'm about to probably put a little bit more cash in to place some bets on the conference winners. Now, I want to say that will be clutch because I have been looking at some houses, some places. My lease is up in this place right now until at the end of March. So then I was thinking about moving in with my pops just to save some cash for a couple months, but then I was thinking it's just gonna be a hassle to like move all my shit. And if I find a place now, and some things work out the way they're supposed to work out with work, then I might be getting a little bit, of
4-1, baby,
bonus action. And if that's the case, then I'll be able to make us an in-person studio, so we can start filming in person.
Let's go. Let's do it.
And
Let's do it. Let's do it.
That way we can do some real action. But that will be TBD on that. I mean, it should be happening if it will happen April, but we'll get some things lined out. But we'll get some people buying some DUBBY with the discount code.
Let's go.
Chase the game, all caps. Chase the game, no spaces. Chase the game. DUBBY is a
word,
great energy. It's got one word, and I'll tell you, one word is wellness. Boom. Health. That's another. And that's what DUBBY, dude, this is rainbow sherbet, bro, is delicious. It tastes like you take the ice cream of rainbow sherbet and it's melted, and it's like that. It's not like obviously as thick and rich and sugary because there's no sugar.
It's just the taste is spot on.
It's like the taste of, oh my gosh, dude. Like you got the rainbow sherbet rain, you got the retro vibe, Celsius that's trying to implement the rainbow sherbet taste, and they all taste kind of similar. This actually tastes like rainbow sherbet, dude. DUBBY, this is what we're rocking with. DUBBY, baby. Check it out. This is the symbol is upside down, but that's how I kind of mess with it, dude. It's like upside down symbol. But
that's fun.
Yeah, and then obviously Altura, shout out them, but they ain't paying me. They just sent me some free stuff. DUBBY's the real deal sponsor.
Let's go.
But yeah, that's it from me over here. I salute y'all. It's getting a little bit warmer, so we don't have to stay as warm, but you go stay ready so you don't have to get ready. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Salute y'all. Appreciate it.
Yes,
that's
sir.
another episode.